Do you need to hire an analytics consultant but have no idea where to start? Hi, I'm Brian Amrine with Value Driven Analytics, and today I'm going to be talking about what to look for in an analytics consultant. And I'm so glad you're here because it shows that you care about your company and you want to make sure that it's making a sound investment. So let's talk about how to start your search for an analytics consultant. You can do an online search and you'll find all kinds of analytics consulting companies, some big and some small. Now keep this in mind about some of the ones that you may have heard of. There's often a premium to the brand and you may end up paying more money to work with an analytics consulting company with a popular brand. Now that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get more rigor. Some of these companies have become big because they have a large network of executives and they become very good at monetizing the relationship. What I'd recommend is finding an analytics consultant that you would be working with that has practical experience actually working for companies directly and seeing success in that position. These are going to be consultants that are experts in doing analytics in a way that actually drives value for the companies they've worked for in the past. And they should be able to do the same thing for you. So look for that experience actually working directly for a company if you'd like for them to be able to drive that kind of value for your company. Now, what I'd ultimately recommend, whether you go with a large company or a small company, maybe a mix of both, you want to set up multiple interviews. You want to get several opinions on what the cost is going to be, what their approach would be, that's the most important thing, and also potentially what the speed to actually get the project done would be. So set up those interviews and start with, here's my business challenge, how would you go about approaching this? And you should expect those analytics consulting companies to give you a very clear roadmap of what they would do to solve your business challenge. Now, if you have an analytics team in-house perhaps, and you're looking to augment that, bring in an analyst and they can help assess how robust, how rigorous that approach that the analytics consulting company is proposing to you is. It should be creative. It should solve your business challenge. Perhaps they're able to come up with some ideas that you wouldn't have thought of on your own. Those are all great signs. But if they're not able to paint a picture of how they would approach the analysis in a way that really resonates and makes sense with you, you probably don't want to go with that company. Now, if you don't have an in-house analytics team to assess that, feel free to work with us and reach out, and we can help provide a second opinion. We can help assess the rigor and the approach that an analytics consulting company is proposing to you. The other thing to assess, again, is the cost. You want to be able to compare that across analytics companies. If you can find two analytics companies that have a similar level of rigor, maybe a similar level of speed, and one's less expensive, well, that might be a good one to go with. You need to make sure it fits within your budget as well. If you've never worked with an analytics consulting company in the past, you might be surprised at how expensive it can be, especially if you're looking to build a data science model build. It can be several hundreds of thousands of dollars, and so you really want to be able to compare cost. And again, a lot of times you could potentially get a lower rate by going with a smaller analytics consulting company. You also want to ask them about the speed, especially if you're on a project deadline and you need to have this project done by a certain point. Make sure those analytics consulting companies can get it done by when you need it done, because in some cases, again, especially for data science model builds, it could take months to complete. So you want to make sure it's going to work within your timeline. So do your research, create a list of 3 or 4 analytics consulting companies that you set up what should be a free starting conversation. See what their rigor is behind the methodology that they would propose. Again, we can help assess that if you don't have an internal analytics team that can help with that. Get a sense for what kind of cost would come with this project and get a sense for how quickly it can be done. Assess all of those things and make your decision. And what's neat about analytics consulting is if you find an analytics consultant that does a great job on one project, you'll probably be more likely to go with them in the future. So hopefully, if If you can find a good one, you don't have to do as much work to find a good one in the future. I want to thank you for watching today. I hope you got a lot out of it. And if you did, please consider liking the video and subscribing if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. Now, if you have any questions about what we covered, please consider leaving a comment and I'll try to respond to it as soon as I can. One last thing, if you or your organization ever need anything analytics related, an analysis, a dashboard build, maybe a data science model build, perhaps deeper training on this very topic or other analytics topics, even a complete analytics transformation, please consider value-driven analytics. Check out our site at valuedrivenanalytics.com, and if it resonates with you, give us a call. We'd love to help you out.